This will be open modified production, 50 open modified production classes. They head into turn number 1. Oh, riders sweeping back and forth here. Keep your eye on turn number 1. We've got riders swinging all over the place here. This is going to be tight. And they get through in pretty good shape. Malcolm Hill going out dead last. Malcolm Hill is still recovering from some injury, so he's not really quite into these races. He's more or less just trying to get himself up to par. Yeah. He's getting up to speeds of about 135 miles an hour, and already the battle for the lead goes on as the rider in the blue leathers who had the lead has dropped back into third. I believe that was Don Canet, but he must have had some sort of problem because he dropped right off the pace, and here comes your leaders coming down to complete lap number 1, 7 laps to go. That was 55 taking over the lead. Actually, 710 came by here and took over the lead. Oh, we had a 710 come by here and take over the lead, but we don't have a 710 down here on our program. And if we don't have him down, then he's not in the race. So we've got a leader, but who's not on our charts. 55 running in second spot. That's Bob Ryan, the Cycle Racer sponsored rider on the Suzuki. He's running in second spot, and he had the lead before they came down. Bike number 252, Marty Siegel on the Suzuki running in third. Hey, Kenny, what's going on? Came by here on the top 3 riders all on Suzukis as the riders head down through turn number 8 and 9 and come down and complete lap number 2. And already Chris Stewart opening up a big lead, bike number 740 on the Suzuki. Marty Siegel running in second spot. Dave Sutteris running in third spot. And it looks like that's Bob Rynan drifting back into fourth. Moving up into third spot right now out of Torrance, California. That's the 25-year-old rider out of New York, California. Currently living in Torrance. That's Dave Sutteris. And he is on that GSXR 1100 Suzuki, and he is sponsored by Dil Amo Suzuki. And of course, before he raced out here, he raced in New England with the AAMRR. And right now, he is an engineer for Hughes Aircraft. So Dave Sutteris putting that engineering degree to good use out here, going very, very quick. Out here running in third spot. Dave Sutteris on the Suzuki. Is that Dave Sartorius? I believe that's probably Dave Sartorius is how he pronounces that. And he's on those Michelin tires, as we mentioned, sponsored by Dil Amo. Boy, Chris Stewart just literally running away with this race now. The battle right now is for second spot. And that's Sartorius and Siegel really putting on a battle for second right now. I want to mention everybody down in the pits real quick that the gas pumps, well, we're having a little bit of problem a little earlier. They are now fixed, so if you need any gas, get on over to the gas pumps. that are standing out here by the barrels, please, we need you behind the pit wall, please. Behind the pit wall. Thank you very much. Because these bikes come screaming down here about 135, 140 miles an hour, and there goes Chris Stewart. Just as we mentioned, he's one of the fastest riders out there right now. I know. Look at this battle for second. They're side by side now, Sartorius and Siegel. And looks like Siegel still holds on to it as they hit around turn number 1. Siegel from Whittier, California, still holding off the very hard-charging Sartorius from Torrance, California. So 2 Southern California riders doing battle on those 2 Suzukis. One of them, Sartorius, that's 793. He's sponsored by Del Amo Suzuki. Marty Siegel, he's running up there with him. Bike number 252, he is on the Town and Country Suzuki. So Whittier and Torrance battling it out here for second spot. All right, now Sartorius with that very slim lead in second position as they head around turn number 1. We're going to try and pick up 750s for you and see where they are. I know they're working their way up through the slower open riders. And your leader should be coming down the front straightaway, and it's Don Canet, and he's just now leading Richard Moore, so by a fraction as they go into turn number 1, Don Canet unofficially out in front, Richard Moore running a second. Look at Richard Moore climbing all over Sartorius. We're not sure if that's for the lead or not, but it's for one of those positions way up there in the 750 class. As they head around turn number 2, they're literally tied together. Moore is inching up. He's inching up on Canet right now. In fact, he's inching up like a cheap pair of underwear as they go around turn number 2 and head up the hill. There's that battle for the lead going up the hill to you fans up there on 3 and 4 right now, and that's the 750 class. 83 Richard Moore. Of course, we're going to see Richard Moore a little later in that Honda Interceptor Series race. Now, you can go out to an SCCA sports car race at Riverside sometime, and you'll see that most of these drivers maybe race one race a whole weekend. Not here in motorcycle racing. You can get one rider who can enter 6 classes, and sometimes Earl Roloff will do that. Come out and enter 6 classes and get a lot of racing in for your money out here at Willow Springs. There goes your battle for second position around turn number 1 right now. It's Sartorius. Oh, and they're going to run some left riders, and Sartorius just took the lead as they went around a left rider. He left Siegel in his wake as they head around turn number 2. Now the blue leathers of Sartorius takes over that position. There goes Canet and Richard Moore down the front straightaway, and Moore now in the slipstream, pulls on the inside, tries to take a peek for the lead, and he takes Canet going around turn number 1, goes a little wide, Canet's coming back. And they're side by side going around turn number 1 as they head into turn number 2. And Richard Moore holds him off, so Moore holding off Canet as they head around turn number 2. Where's the Canet crew down here? Are they battling for the lead in that class? Are they battling for the lead in that class? But we'll still say it's unofficial. They're battling for the lead out there in that 750 class. So we'll keep an eye on that as well as the open class. At 740, Chris Stewart just making mincemeat out of all these people in this class. There goes that battle for second, and it's still hot and heavy. Sartorius out in second spot. There comes Siegel on the inside, and oh, put a move on him, and Sartorius got hooked up behind a solo rider who had engine problems, and that just about did him in. I think that just about did get Sartorius in right there as he went around turn number 1. He got balked by a slower rider who had his hand up and was saying he had mechanical problems. Sartorius was right in his line. Nothing he could do about it, and it looks like Siegel's going to be on his way to get a second position. And there goes around turn 1 and 2 is going to be on a mission out there all by himself, the rider from La Cañada, California, the 29-year-old rider Chris Stewart. His tuner is Denny Freeway Fryer, and he's on those Dunlop tires, so Mark Mansinger's got to be pleased with himself. Sponsored by Dunlop, Bell Helmets, CalGuard, APA Trucking, Fox, and Cycle Racer, the 750 class. Chris Stewart takes the easy win. Let's look for that battle for second. And it's no battle now because Siegel did that marvelous job of getting around that rider. So let's take a look for that battle in the 750 class. It's Canet and Moore. And they're around turn number 8 and 9 right now. Here they come out of the straightaway. It's Canet and Moore. Moore and Canet. Here they come. It's Canet out in front. Moore's in the draft. Let's see if we can get around him as they come off the front straightaway. And Canet's going to hold him off. Canet's going to be a double winner out here today. Great job by Don Canet. Well, he's come out of nowhere. He was a average, I would say a fair to average Formula 2 rider, and then all of a sudden he got off the Grand Prix bikes, and boy, he's been a real whiz on these production bikes. Great start by bike number 525. We don't have a 525